Hi, I'm Domi, and today I'm bringing you the mid-year book freakout tag. So, time to freak out. It's the middle of the year, a little past it, actually, and I feel like I have not read much, actually. So there's no way that books won't be repeating themselves for this tag, and also the creators will be linked in the description. Also, as a personal challenge, I will try and ramble as little as possible or go through this question as quickly as possible. So let's jump right into it, shall we? Question number 1. Best book you've read so far in 2020. This has to go to Red, White, and Royal Blue. This just healed my soul. I was gonna read this for owls. I couldn't wait. I just read it before that because I was in need of a light, happy read. In fact, when Owls came, I just reread it and loved it just as much. 5 out of 5 stars, absolutely behind the hype of this book. And yes, Alex and Henry are so cute, and it was healing, it was healing to my soul. Next question. Best sequel you've read so far in 2020. This has to go to Speaker for the Dead. This is the sequel to Ender's Game by Orson Scott Card. I wasn't expecting, maybe I just didn't remember how philosophical. I just don't quite remember how Ender's Game was. Maybe I should give it a reread. The point is, a friend convinced me, lent it to me, and convinced me to read it because she wanted to gush about it with someone else. And it fitted for a prompt in Owls. So I just said, yeah, why not? So I just read it and it just blew me away. It made me think so much. It made me feel so much stuff. It made me reflect in so much stuff. It triggered so many chains of thoughts that I just found it wonderful. I am still torn between a 4.75 and a 5 star. I don't know why I don't want to take the jump and give it a full 5 star. Maybe it's because this one character that just bugs me to no end. I mean, I loved her at the beginning, and then she did something that I know. So that can only tell you how engaged I was with this. That just 10 out of 10 sequel. Next question. New release you haven't read but you want to. So for these I have 2. Because it's more like a 1.5. The first one is Come Tumbling Down by Shannon McGuire, which is the 5th one in the Wayward Children series by Shannon McGuire. This is my 0.5 because I've started listening to the audiobook, and for one reason or another I just stopped in the middle, so I feel like I should start it again. I just abandoned it in the middle of it. I had 1 hour left of the audiobook and just didn't push through. So yeah, I have that one that I was really enjoying. It wasn't like one of my favorites of the series, although it does follow the story of one of my favorite characters. It's like a sequel to one of my favorites of the Wayward children series, which is Down Among Sticks and Bones. But I don't know, I just stopped for some mysterious reason. I can't even remember why I stopped. And the other one, it's an obvious one, because it's just all of the hype right now, and it's A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. I am really hyped to form my own opinion about this book, because I do know that it has been really divisive. The thing is, President Snow is one of my favorite villains in literature, like in YA. I adored him. Every conversation he had with Katniss was so thrilling to me. I just loved it. So this is just... I want to get to it so badly. So yeah, A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Question number 4. Most anticipated release for the second half of the year. This one is also an obvious one. And it's The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by B.E. Schwab. The concept, it's so like gripping to me. I don't know, I'm just very curious about it. This girl made a deal with the devil? I mean, first of all, this is a middle grade. As far as I know, this is a middle grade. And this girl made a deal with the devil. So, alright, tell me more. She wanted to be immortal, which I personally don't want to. And it just like freaks me out. I don't want to live forever. So to read about this girl that went to that extreme for it to become basically invisible just to be immortal, it's absolutely gripping. I just want to know about it. And it also counts out in my birthday. So yay! I refuse to put in here Midnight Sun. No. I'm just sad about it. I did pre-order it, but I'm just sad about it. What can I tell you? So yeah. Most anticipated, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. B.E. Schwab. Biggest disappointment. Now here I'm gonna stop because I have 2 books here too. And I'm gonna get even academic here, because let's go with the definition of disappointment. Disappointment is the act of disappointing, or the state of being disappointed. Disappoint is to fail to fulfill the expectations or wishes of, or to defeat the fulfillment of hopes, plans, etc., etc. To frustrate, to bring or cause disappointment, to disappoint. So, I have 2 for this, because to fail to fulfill expectations. I had certain expectations about Wayward Son. They were not met, and that book crushed me. It was good, and it was logical, and it was cleanly made. It was absolutely fair, and I ate it up and I subbed it out. But it wasn't what I was expecting, and it wasn't what I wanted. So, technically speaking, it's not that I didn't like it, but it was a disappointing book. What do we think about that? In terms of disappointment in the general sense, my other answer for this one is this baby over here. It took me a month to get this far for a read along. I couldn't even keep up with the read along, and I was just, by the end I was just ironically reading it. It was just kind of hilarious. The thing is, I don't even know what I expected, but it was not this. I know I did truly love this, but now this was a romance and it made me feel stuff that was not like, this is hilarious. But that was the only thing I could feel apart from this is frustrating and this is hilarious. Those were the only things that baby Twilight made me feel right now. Like, I'm still with half a mind of pushing through and finishing my Instagram comments about it. But boy oh boy, did that not meet my expectations, and they were like below expectations. I was disappointed. Like, I had a tiny bit of hope that it was better than what the collective was saying. What the collective mind says about it, even though harsh, it's still, I feel, a little bit kinder than what reality is. And this book holds nostalgia to me. Like, I cherish it. Like, look at this book. This book is falling to pieces. It's taped up in so many places. It's just, I cherished it and read it over and over so many times. And I cannot tell you what I was thinking. When did that change in me? I don't know. When did I stop grabbing for it? I don't know. When was the turning point? I don't know. I hoped to jump into this book and get back into some slight cringe, nostalgia-filled story. And it was absolutely reversed. It was a cringe-filled, slightly nostalgia-tinted story. I'm glad I did that, and as I said, I'm still with half a mind of pushing through and finishing it. But I was still disappointed with what I found again in these pages. So yeah, that is that, and we're moving on. Biggest surprise. For this one, I'm going again with Speaker for the Dead, because I remember liking Ender's Game. Not enough just to keep going, though. You know, it was like neatly wrapped up, and then it was pushed through, and just wanted like kind of middle of the ground sci-fi story that was just an adventure, a sci-fi adventure story. And this took me for a ride. The human condition, what makes you a human, and it opened so many discussions in my mind. It just took me by storm. I did not expect for this book to touch those themes at all whatsoever. So yeah, this was absolutely my biggest surprise. Favorite new author, debut or new to you? For this one, I have to go with Jay Kristoff, because boy oh boy, that mister hurt me in the best way possible. I want everything he has ever written, and I am actually and kind of compulsively, slowly but surely, getting everything he has ever written. So, boy, he has a way with words that just engrosses me so much. And the story, the characters, just like, yes, I'm sold. I'm sold. I want more Jay Kristoff in my life. Next question. Newest fictional crush. Pass. From Red, White, and Royal Blue. He was just the sweetest, and he was funny, and maybe he was a little bit too perfect, but he was also so very dramatic and just, oh yes, I loved him. Pass. From Red, White, and Royal Blue. Newest favorite character. Mercurio from Nevernight. Gosh, I bow to this man. Every section just like warmed me up inside, and it made me just feel safe. It made me feel peace inside. Like I could breathe again whenever Mercurio was in the picture. So Mercurio from Nevernight. A book that made you happy. Can you guess? Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. This, as I said, healed my soul from the Wayward Son sadness trip that I took. I mean, it made me so happy, and I just like I was giddy with happiness while reading that book. So giddy that I read it twice, almost consecutively. Yes. Happy. Red, White, and Royal Blue. Happiness. That book exudes happiness. The most beautiful books you bought so far this year or received. I have not received any books yet because my birthday is the second half of the year. I'm an October baby. But I have done some book shopping, but they are Kindle books, so no physical books to show you, but I can show you the covers of some books that I bought. In my opinion, the most beautiful ones that I have bought are either Aurora Rising by Jay Kristoff. It's just stunning. Spin the Dawn by Elizabeth Lim. Or this is a recent edition. Heartstopper Volume 1 by Alice Oseman, which is an entirely different style, but it's so cute. Yeah, those are just 3 wonderful covers that are in my Kindle in digital form, because quarantine and I've done that kind of book shopping rather than ordering books and wait for shipping, because that's hell of a lot more expensive. And last question. What books do you need to read by the end of the year? So, I had like this 10 books I want to read in 2020, which was like a whole cheat because I put sagas in them, so it wasn't technically 10 books, and I am so far behind it. But I will consider win if I at least start a few of those sagas. But my main focus, it's boiled down to 2 books. The first one is The Shining by Mr. King. I really want to read this chunker of a book, make a reading blog about it, like a spoiler-filled reading blog, and then compare the book with the movie. Yes, I really want to do that. And the other is to start the Heroes of Olympus series by Rick Riordan, which is basically read The Lost Hero by Rick Riordan. And those would be the books that I really need to read by the end of the year to feel like actually accomplished. And that would be it. That would be it, guys. We did it. Those are the questions. I think I can manage those 2? Maybe. At least The Shining. I have plans for The Shining. At least The Shining. Heroes of Olympus. We're jury's still up with that one. Will we get to Addie LaRue? Will we get to the books the new releases that I wanted to read? Addie LaRue, probably not. Come Tumbling Down, jury's still out. The Ballad, probably not. But you know, we can't freak out about it. We can't just like, we can. This is what we're here for, to freak out about it. So, it's the middle of the year. I have a lot of catch up to do. Even though I haven't done like quite a bunch of reading, I am still doing like fair enough in my Goodreads challenge. Still, I set it low, like a book a month. I just hope to read 12 books in a year. So, a book a month. To average a book a month, it's enough for me. I don't ask much. Just a simple girl. But yeah, I feel like I still have a lot of catch up to do. So I hope you enjoy. And I hope I'll see you soon. Bye.